everybody, and welcome back to Non-League Adventure Season 2, Episode 9 with me, GW365. It's Football Manager 2016 with Curzon Ashton Football Club. If you joined us last time, we had a game against Boston United away, and we won 1-0, keeping up our decent form. We're at just at the beginning of this month, February, we are sat in first place, 11 points clear of second and third, of course, and a decent amount, 13 points away from playoffs. So playoffs is looking increasingly likely at the very least. Mainly thanks to Jordan Thewlis here with his 22 goals. I do apologise that my voice is still a bit croaky. I do always have this happen probably once a year it seems, and it lasts usually for about 2 to 4 weeks. Don't know why, I don't know how to get rid of it. I'm pretty sure talking all the time isn't going to help. But I've got a duty to keep up to, so that's what I'm going to try and do. So anyway, into the highlights. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong thing. I'm not using PowerPoint anymore because I use a trial version, and I thought I'd be able to keep using it afterwards, just like a few like pop-ups here and there, but it wasn't to happen. Excuse me, for some reason. There you go. Let me try and have a cup of tea. A bit of the cup of tea just to try and loosen my throat. There we go. For some reason I didn't put the highlight in. For some reason I didn't put the results thing for the Boston game. Not entirely sure why. But we got Forest Green Rovers in the next round of the FA Trophy. It was in the FA Trophy, that game against Boston, I believe. Was it not? I think it was. Wrong thing again. We extended the loan of Alex Curran to basically the end of the season, 3 months. I apologise for this. I'm just going to pause it a second. And my back apologies for that. My voice all of a sudden is miraculously better because I managed to cough something up that I didn't think you'd want to listen to. Yeah, once again I apologise. So, yeah, we extended the Alex Curran loan. And George Bowerman for some reason. Are these screenshots mixed up? Oh no, that's why he got injured. He actually got an injury in game, and for some reason it didn't come up in the news feed that he got an injury. But as you can see, he's got an injury for 3 to 5 weeks for a pulled hamstring. So I'm not entirely sure why I didn't show it, but yeah. Then we drew 0-0 with Kettering. That was a pretty disappointing performance, really. Only 1 shot on target all game. Sam Minion with the man of the match, despite not creating an assist, which usually leads to him getting the man of the match. But just a poor game, really. Then we went, well, we didn't go anywhere. We went to our home ground and we managed to beat Lowestoft 2-0. 2 early goals, or early-ish goals, 2-0 by half time, by half time, but by after 32 minutes. And we never really looked like we were going to concede. We were pretty solid. They only had 1 shot on target. Yeah, it was very pleasing to see because they were a promotion rival probably about 10 games ago. I don't know where they are now. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. Then, bit of mixed reactions. Guys, the team I've obviously used in the past, we were just very clinical here, and they weren't. They got an equaliser after we got an early goal, thanks to John Thewlis. It was a bit of a weird one. The hit had a shot, it was like from a corner. The ball hit the bar, went straight up in the air, came straight down, and there was Lockwood with about 6 Curzon Ashton players around him, and he won the header. So, you know, you can't defend against that. So yeah, but 4-1 was very pleasing. Other goals from Alex Curran, Ty Phillips, and John Thewlis with a last-minute goal just to cement our position as favourite to go up. I would assume. Then we played the FA Trophy game. This was the only realistic, not the only realistic chance, but it was a realistic chance we could actually get some silverware this season. But we lost to 2 late Forest Green goals. It was very disappointing because at half time, I mean, we'd had about, I think we'd had 7 shots and they'd had 3. So I like to think we were playing the better football. But yeah, they got a late goal. I'd have taken a draw, maybe taken into extra time, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. And we found ourselves out of the cup. Liam Thompson hit the goal. Then guys, after the job interview, obviously very impressed from their destruction. Like, at the hands of yours truly. Obviously the players did it, but I get the credit for some reason. I thought about it long and hard, but I thought, look, realistically, you know, only a very big club it's going to really tempt me away from this particular save, if you like. You know, obviously if Leeds came in, it might be a different story. I don't know, because they're the team that hold the most dearest to my heart. But like I say, and obviously I've got myself down as a Leeds fan, so that could happen in the future. If it's like a big team from, say, League One that gets relegated, I maybe couldn't refuse it, but at this moment in time I'm only getting offers from the Vanarama North or the South, or sometimes a couple of the lower end league, Vanarama National League teams. So I did decline it. I also declined the Whitehawk offer. You might have seen it just up in this top corner above the guys, the job offer, because they're in the South. I don't really care about going down the South. It's more expensive in general. I'm pretty sure people will agree with me. I'm not entirely sure where Whitehawk is, so if it's not as low as down as where I think it is, I'm assuming it's somewhere near London. I've got that in my head for some reason. I'm not entirely sure whether it's right. And then we got another job interview. We're very much in demand. Stalybridge Celtic in the same division as us, 9th. Why would I want to leave Curzon Ashton, who are top of the league, like a massive chance to get into the National League? Why would I risk getting a promotion on my CV to go to a team that's in the same division? I find it very hard to believe. I mean, guys, it's the same thing with them really, because I haven't got them down as a favoured team. Alex Pursehouse has probably played his last game for us. He hasn't been playing for us anyway, but he's got 5 to 6 months out thanks to a torn calf muscle. Pretty disappointing. He was pretty good to start off with, but I thought I need to start giving Minion a chance, and he's been performing out of this world. As a result of the happenings in February, we're still untouchable. They're still finding that the overall performance in National League North has been a particular highlight, and obviously the wage expenditure is still too high. But if we get promoted, I'm pretty sure they will not give a crap. We've had a decent cup run. We are now in the red again by 30,000, which is a bit of a shame. But as you can see here, we are still 11 points clear of second place. Tamworth now. Leamington have dropped off a little bit, and there was who else were up there? It wasn't any of these, was it? I'm pretty sure that it was Leamington and someone else who was higher than that. I mean, lowest off to there now. Look, I'm not entirely sure. I'll go back through. Why not? Stockport. I thought it was Stockport. And how the mighty have fallen. As you can see here, they've gone to 7th from that point onwards. So we're now 15 points clear of Stockport, and they were second, believe it or not. So anyway, I'm going to get into today's game, which is against Brackley. Good news is that Sam Smith is too busy performing, probably throwing the writings on the wall or something, which was one of the most played and annoying songs I've ever heard. Might be a bit controversial to some, but him and Adele, they just make me want to slip my wrists, because I just think it's so depressing. Sing some upbeat stuff, please, you two, Sam Smith and Adele. But that's another argument for another time. So this is going to be the team that we're going to be playing against Brackley. We're going to start off with Baird in goal, who's at the minute got 21 clean sheets in 43 appearances. In the league, 14 clean sheets with 32 appearances, only conceding 27 goals. That's got to be some sort of record at this point, surely. He's got, in this league, in fact, because people score left, right and centre, don't they, in this league, in real life. Then we're going to go to Morton at right back. He hasn't played in a couple of games, so I'm going to give him a run out here. It's still quality for this league. It's still quick enough, and he's still improving as well, despite being 24. You have to think that when they get to 23, 24, their progression seems to tail off a little bit. But yeah, he's still going to get a chance here. Then we're going to go with the usual pairing of Ashworth and. You can have a look at the stats at the bottom as I go through these players. And Flynn, who's played very well as a covering centre-back despite only having 9 pace and 10 acceleration. I think that's one position we may have to improve next season, because Omar Sinclair, for as well as he has done, he's not been that great. He's got 6.9 average rating. He has still played 13 games in the league for us, and he's done alright, 7.18 average, but he did go through a spell where he had a poor bit of form. So he hasn't really progressed as much as I wanted to. Yes, he's got a bit stronger. Yes, his marking and heading's got a bit better, but is he going to be the answer if we get promoted? Quite possibly not. But we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to left back, we've got Dieter Downey, the pretty much the stalwart here. Apart from his injury, he's played 25 games, 3 goals, 2 of them which are crosses, 6 assists, 7 yellow cards. Not got a single player of the match, but he's got an average rating of 7.36 in the league, which is fantastic. Atkinson then, the first of the 2 ball-winning midfielders. He's had a decent season as well. He's got 7.04 average rating, which isn't bad. He's got 7 assists, 1 goal, 1 from a penalty. Yeah, he's not done too bad for us in that role. And his tackling has finally gone up to 8 because it was at 7. Yeah, work rate's gone up. That's always nice to see. His decisions, he's mentally improving, and he's still got time to improve. He's 21 years old. He's still showing signs of being a decent player. Possibly for the Vanarama National League, and who knows, maybe just maybe for League 2, should we get there. The other one I'm using today is Wright. He's always improving. I like this guy mainly for his determination and work rate. His aggression can sometimes get him bother, but he's another one who's only young. He's 22 and he's always improving as well. He's got a 4.5-star potential. He recently became natural in the centre midfielder role, as in like midfield position. He starts off as accomplished, but only as a ball-winning midfielder. As you can see now, it could be fairly useful as a box-to-box midfielder as well. That's probably down to his fitness and stamina, which is always improving. He's been doing really well for us. That anticipation stat is pretty good as well to have, and off the ball as well. He's been pretty useful in this league. His stats say otherwise, 6.78. That's mainly because he's coming a few times off the bench. That's probably knocked his stats down, but He's usually Mr. Reliable, and to be honest with you, Ryan Bell gets a similar rating. Well, he's got 6.9, which isn't bad. But the issue with the left ball-winning midfielder, the reason why they don't get many assists or anything, is because the right-hand side one is the one that takes corners. So he has taken some corners, but it looks like he hasn't got any assists. Whereas Atkinson, has he got an assist? He's got 1 assist. Sorry, he's got 2. In the one in the FA Cup as well. I'm not counting the under 21s group, but yeah, he does really well as if he steps in, he does a job. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. He's rarely starting as such. He's like somewhere in between starting and subbing. Enough jibber jabber about Wright. We're going to go into Tomsit, who's the advanced playmaker. 24 years old, not going to show much more improvement, I don't think, but he has shown a little bit here in terms of leadership and position. I wish his finishing stat would get higher. It's been 6 from day 1, and off the ball as well. That's another one I could really do with getting higher. But if not, he did get up to 8 pace. It's come back down again, so he seems to be stagnating a little bit now, and I probably won't be renewing his. As much as it pains me, we'll see. We'll have to reevaluate, see how much wages we've got back. I don't think I can make an increase on £450 a week. As well as he's played all season, he's got 7.4 average rating. That may tempt me to basically tie him down. Matt McKee's got the same rating, it's worth noting as well, and he's played a lot more games off the bench as well. So you can see how good Matt McKee has been. If I can tie him down, most certainly I will be doing. Then on the right hand side forward, we've got Ty Phillips here, doing pretty well. He's got 6 goals in the league, 5 assists, played the match 1 time. He got a red card which hindered him a little bit recently, but he's a very useful player. He's very handy indeed. Left side, we're going to go for Gorman, who's come back from injury recently. He's only got 64% match sharpness, so he probably won't play all the game. But he's another one who's done alright. He's got 7 goals, 3 assists, 1 play of the match. He's got an average rating just shy of 7. So I'm not too disappointed with him. And then the big man up front. I said big man. He's only 173 centimetres, which is about, I'm assuming, about 5'8", 9", something like that. Yeah, lethal in front of goal. 18 goals in 19 starts and 9 substitute appearances, 2 assists, 1 penalty, 3 play of the matches. An average rating of 7.31. He's been pretty damn solid. Sejic has done really well as well, but his average rating recently has plummeted and is now like, I think his last 5 games, where they're not on here, are they? Right, yeah, as you can see here. Oh no, maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but it's below 7, I know that. But he's got 11 goals in 14 starts and 9 sub appearances and 4 goals. He's a very good player to bring on as a sub. He's definitely a game changer. Think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And that's the team we're going to play today. We're playing against Brackley. Johnny Gorman is indeed lacking match sharpness, so we know this fact. That's why we've got the subs on the bench. We've got a good, decent bench as well. In recent, well, in the last season, should I say, we did have a poor selection of players basically to bring on. This time I feel like we've got a bit more strength in depth. I think the mistake I probably made last season was not making any loan signings really. I'm pretty sure you can't, well, you never seem to be able to get a feeder club in the first season. I've tried it several times. Maybe if you just keep like saving it and reloading until it happens, maybe you'll be able to do it that way, but I see that as that way as a little bit, well, shit basically. So it's basically cheating in my opinion. Right, so they look like I've got a few decent players, but like Hugh Johnson, he was the player of the season last season, so we need to be aware. Are we the favourites? I didn't notice that. We are, but only just. So, we did lose this last game, but you know what, I'm going to expect to win. And I know one person, oh no, deep down he did. I was going to say John Wright will respond well to that. But because everyone is on very good or above in terms of morale, that's why I've done that. That's why I went for it. If there'd been some fairly goods, I probably would have gone for something different. We were the underdogs in the last game, so I did go for something different, and look what happened, we lost. And we didn't play particularly well neither, which was a shame. But hopefully we can get back to winning ways in the league, because that's obviously where the bread and butter is, and that's what we're looking for. We want to get out of this league, try and make some progression, and see what it takes us. So into the game we go. Kick off straight away. The pitch is looking awesome with all the muddy patches. Waterlogged pitch, I'm surprised it's playable. It's raining at this moment in time as well, as it is in real life. It's been a bit crap in recent days. Looks like a bad tackle at early doors for Brady. If that's a red card, that's going to be the earliest red card I've ever seen. Just a warning. I actually looked away, I looked at the window as that happened, so I didn't know exactly how bad the tackle was. Excuse me. So, early highlight now. Brady gets a loose ball for Morton, and Johnson plays the ball in for Moyo. Behind Ashworth, who's been outstrengthed there by Moyo. How strong is that Moyo? Moyo is 8 strength. Remember, he's 15 strength is Ashworth, and he's got out muscled by him. Although he did look pretty quick. So that was another Akinfenwa moment there. Just turned beast mode all of a sudden, and goes, "Get on the weight!" as he barges him out of the way. And his tee's starting to go cold, but that's a decent ball out wide for Gorman from right. He's going to use down here, and he does. Deep cross in towards Phillips, but the keeper Matthews palms it over. Atkinson with the corner. Swings it high into the box towards Phillips again. It's headed out slightly by Black. Got options here, Thompson. It goes back to right. He finds Thompson again. Nice little 1-2. Nice little leap there. I don't know if you saw that. That did like a little gallop over the top of a challenge. Another corner. Atkinson to take again. Swings it towards the edge of the box, but Harry Bow smacks it long for Ferguson to chase. I'm just wondering and hoping that the Sam Smith injury is going to cost him more than ever. But that was a good interception from Ashworth there. Great tracking back. I apologise for that. What must certainly be the most disgusting noise I've ever heard. Poor free kick by Johnson, but it's gone back in towards Moyo. Moyo's 1-on-1 with a keeper. Great save by Baird, and the follow-up is missed. So a bit of cause for concern here. We're not playing very well. We've had one shot. We've had a lot of possession, but we've had one shot, which is nowhere near good enough. Worth noting, we have had 31 crosses and only 2 have been successful compared to their 4. So they are definitely playing on the counter. It's just disappointing when it doesn't go our way. Nice to know that Rat's playing Insurgency, which still I recommend anyone buying if you're into your first-person shooters. It's a very good game. You don't necessarily have to play player versus player. You can play co-op, because the servers that I play on, the ones that I'm like a member of, it is you know, it is ridiculously hard. You might think it's just butts, it's crap, it's going to be too easy. It's not. You've got to work as a team. But this is good, like what Kazashin are doing now. They're working as a team. As Gorman is the target from across. Not once but twice, and there's a penalty there. Fossey clearly pushed Gorman, and it's going to be Ty Phillips with the responsibility, which I find a bit bizarre because I'm pretty sure that Ben Atkinson's my designated penalty taker. But oh well, if he scores, I'm not going to complain. If he misses, then I definitely am. But he scores with great aplomb, no mistake. And it's his 11th goal of the season in all competitions. Excuse me. Yeah, we don't need to see the highlight. Oh, it's alright. It's already got to the end. Just for half time, we've not really played good enough at all. There's only 2 players above a 7, so you know what that means. Far from pleased. Yep, he's got 7.9, so I'm not going to comment on him because he's been performing well. If you do praise what I found, oh, I pressed the wrong thing. I pressed faith instead of not happy. But yeah, if you praise him, like say, oh, you're having a great game, or like if he had like an 8 or something, and I went on passionate and said very happy with your performance, some of the other players will kick off and it'll turn red. So that's something to look out for if you're doing this form of team talks. But if you compare this season's team talks to last season's, bear in mind that most of the teams are the same. You know, we've got Baird from last season, we've got Flynn, we've got Downey, we've got Ben Atkinson, Tomsic, Wright, Phillips, Thewlis to some degree. You know, all these players played last season, and look how much better how far better they are performing. And I think it's because they are getting like kicks up the backside. But I can't stress enough that you need the morale to be as high as possible, i.e. your very goods and your superbs to do it. Because if you keep doing it and it's like fairly good and you do it, you expect it, they're just gonna be downbeat. They're gonna, you know, get their heads down quicker. Yeah, obviously if you do win, you've got to praise them. You can't just, if it's 1-0, you can't just say nothing in particular to say, because you're just gonna slap yourself in the dick basically. John Wright's having a poor game, 6.6 average, but so is John Thewlis. But I'm thinking, bring Ryan Bell on. He's a little bit better at passing. We'll bring him on. Definitely show faith in these two. That's one thing as well. You know, people. The only time I don't do that, put the, you know, the I have faith and whatever, is basically in the friendlies. I always do my own team talks. I cannot stress enough. And that's a shame, is that Johnny Gorman is injured. He's got a bruised shin. I am going to have to actually make the change, aren't I? I didn't really want to, but unfortunately I wanted to bring Sedgic on at some point, but never mind. You're going to get out there and try and make a difference. It's still only 1-0, and it's been a poor game if I'm being completely honest. 4 shots for us, 3 shots for them. They hadn't had a single shot in the second half. Apart from now, because Johnson's going to score a peach. No, he's going to put it over the bar into all those fans. It's 1-0 at the minute, and I'm thinking now, is it time to have a gander? Oh, that's a decent ball. Moyo's clean through here. Can I get back? It doesn't matter because he's put it wide. And if they're starting to get back into it, it's just making me wonder if I put it back on to defend. For the last 5 minutes, I'm going to put it on defensive. Try and get him on the counter somehow. Here comes McKee though. Finds Curran. Lovely ball over the top, which is not that lovely after all. Curran gets it again. Now it's McKee. Finds Stewart in the central area. He's looking for options. He's got Phillips in support. He's also got Morton, who's made a great run. And that's a great pass to find him as well. Morton now can pick a cross. He does. It's headed away by Sambu. And Ferguson now can break for Brackley. He plays the ball through for El Bekri, who's just come on as a substitute not long ago. He finds Ferguson. They're overlapping now, but it's a great block with his face from Bell. Flynn brings it down. Look at that composure. Composure stat of 2 or something. No, 9. Not too bad, I suppose. Not entirely sure what that highlight was for, because we had a cross. Wow. There's a long ball over the top for El Bekri again. Ashworth again brings it down superbly. And Baird now. They've put Moyo on the wing. I'm going to say he's probably their biggest threat. Morton now. Obvious passes Phillips and he finds him. Squares it to Atkinson. Look at these 2 players over here, Sunshine. Bell to McKee. McKee will find him surely. the most creative player at the club. No, he finds Thewlis instead. Is there actually a chance for Curzon Ashton here? McKee gets it back. Plays it out wide. It's a great ball to down. It's a good position to be in here when we're playing defensive, you know. I'll take it. 20 seconds to go. This looks like it's going to be a 1-0 win unless something really drastic happens. It's taken 20 seconds to stick the throw in. The cheeky mare. And that's a 1-0 win for Curzon Ashton again, which further cements our chances of... yeah, like this here. I can't think of anything in particular that needs addressed after that. You've got to say well done, lads. You've got to get him green. Winning alone and not saying anything is not enough. You've got to keep the morale up, but you've also got to keep giving them a pasting. Nuneaton, I think they beat us actually. Doesn't show us on this screen, but I'm pretty sure they were one of the teams that beat us. They're now in second. It's interesting to see. They've drawn a lot of games, but they've lost less than us, and they've got a better goal difference than us as well, which is surprising because I thought for sure we had the best defensive record. So all that I said earlier is a lot of crap basically because another team is better than us. But our goal difference is far superior. As you can see there, I think it's better than most teams in the league, if I'm being completely honest. Let's have a gander. Injured for 12 days again. That's one thing I've noticed, Gorman. He has got a few injuries. It's been a bit of a wuss, really. You play through injuries. We all do it at lower league. Right, so... what I wanted to do? I wanted to go to competitions, didn't I? That's the one. Yep, Nuneaton did beat us 2-0 at home. We've got 36 goal difference, which is far better than anyone else. Let's try and have a look at the entire table like this. So yeah, as you can see, the form team are indeed Nuneaton. Then you could argue it's us and Tamworth. So the three teams that are rightfully up there are up there. Stalybridge have obviously picked up a little bit as well. They're on a 5-win at least streak there of not losing. It's looking particularly bleak for Bradford Park Avenue and Whitby. With Heddersford and Kettering and Gainsborough and possibly North Ferriby just battling out for that last relegation spot. There's 9 games to play. The next game will be... yeah, there you go, 9 games to play. Next game is probably going to be AFC Telford. But that game will probably go up on the same day as this because I missed yesterday, which I do apologise. I should have apologised at the beginning. I had a feeling I wasn't going to be able to get a chance to get it recorded, but now I've got 2 full days to get as much recording done as possible, so it should be alright for the foreseeable future. So yeah, next game's going to be AFC Telford, and then we'll probably come back. Unless it could be the second to last game. I might do a double episode for the last game. It depends if we've already won it or something. If we've already won the league, I'll just do the Stockport game. If we still need like 6 points, if we can win it on Gainsborough, basically, I'll play that game. But we're going to go AFC Telford first, so we'll see where we get to first. If you have enjoyed, please pop a like on the like button for us, please. If you haven't subscribed, why not do so? Because I'm hoping I can get this channel to grow a little bit, but I need your support, guys. So yeah, if you'd like to keep up to date, I'm going to try and do as daily as possible vids. I was doing alright until yesterday. I think that was the first video I've missed for about 8 days, 9 days, which is pretty damn good by my standards. Any of the long-term subscribers will tell you that. But yeah, I'm hoping to try and get it as daily as possible. Try and get one video, Football Manager video out daily, basically. So hopefully you'll join us for the next one, which is AFC Telford. Enough jibber jabber, bit of a long one. Yeah, until then, I'll see you then. Bye bye.